The earliest motion pictures appearing in the late 19th century were often little more than recordings of everyday life. People were captivated by the novelty of seeing moving images. Yet, even as cinema took its first steps, the allure of the illicit and the erotic began to surface. Short films featuring nudity and suggestive acts emerged, hidden amongst travelogues and comedies. Technological advancements played a crucial role. As cameras became more portable and film processing less cumbersome, opportunities for clandestine filmmaking increased. The development of the relatively inexpensive 16mm film stock in the 1920s further lowered the barrier to entry, allowing more individuals to experiment with moving images, including those with an interest in explicit content. These early films, often referred to as stag films, circulated privately, offering glimpses of a hidden world. While mainstream cinema developed narrative structures and moral codes, this underground network of filmmakers and distributors operated outside societal norms, catering to a clandestine market driven by taboo and desire. This period laid the groundwork for what would become a multi-billion-dollar industry, operating both in the shadows and, eventually, in plain sight. The period following World War II saw a loosening of social mores and censorship laws in many parts of the world. This shift created a climate where filmmakers began to test the boundaries of what was considered acceptable on screen. In 1953, a Danish film titled Kvindehuset, House of Women, caused a sensation by featuring full frontal female nudity. While banned in many countries, it achieved underground notoriety and signaled a changing tide. In the United States, the sexual revolution of the 1960s had a profound impact on the depiction of sexuality in all media, including film. The relaxation of censorship codes by the Motion Picture Association of America, MPAA, allowed for more explicit content in mainstream films. This, in turn, emboldened filmmakers working in the adult industry, who saw an opportunity to cater to a growing audience seeking content that went beyond the limitations of mainstream cinema. Key figures emerged during this period who would shape the future of adult cinema. Their names, often obscured by pseudonyms and the passage of time, represent a willingness to challenge societal norms and legal boundaries. These pioneers, driven by a mixture of artistic ambition and entrepreneurial spirit, laid the groundwork for an industry that would become increasingly visible and influential in the decades to come. The 1970s are often referred to as the golden age of pornographic cinema. The advent of home video technology, particularly the VHS cassette recorder, revolutionized the way people consumed all types of media, including adult films. No longer confined to clandestine screenings in seedy theaters, pornography became accessible to anyone with a VCR and a desire for privacy. Films like Deep Throat, 1972, and Behind the Green Door, 1972, achieved mainstream notoriety, crossing over from adult theaters into drive-ins and even traditional cinemas. This era saw a surge in both the production and consumption of adult films, reflecting a societal shift towards greater openness about sexuality. However, this period was not without its controversies. Feminist groups and social conservatives clashed over the portrayal of women in pornographic films, sparking debates about exploitation, censorship, and free speech. Legal battles ensued, with the adult industry often finding itself at odds with obscenity laws and conservative elements within government. Despite these challenges, the industry continued to thrive, adapting to changing social norms and technological advancements. The late 20th and early 21st centuries witnessed another seismic shift in the landscape of pornography with the rise of the internet. Suddenly, access to explicit content was just a mouse click away, bypassing traditional distributors and shattering geographical boundaries. The affordability of digital production equipment further lowered the barrier to entry, leading to an explosion of amateur content. This digital revolution brought about a fundamental change in the way pornography is produced, distributed, and consumed. The internet provided a level of anonymity for both creators and consumers, fueling the growth of niche markets and personalized content. Online platforms emerged, offering subscription-based access to vast libraries of material, further disrupting traditional business models. However, this new era also brought new challenges. Concerns over piracy, copyright infringement, and the exploitation of performers intensified. The accessibility of online pornography also sparked debate about its impact on young people. and its role in shaping attitudes towards sex and relationships. As technology continues to evolve, so too will the landscape of pornography, raising new ethical and societal questions that demand careful consideration and ongoing dialogue.